Saying it like it matters is about putting it in context for people as it relates to their own problems and pains and what's possible for them. When you start to do that, now I'm interested. I'm like, okay, you get where I'm stuck. I can hear it in the way you talk to me. And I'm excited that you have some idea for how I can get to where I want to go, because clearly you've been reading my journal. Somehow you know that my deal is cash flow and I want to go somewhere. Like, I'm tired of being where I am, and that is where I want to go. You have my attention. And the more you talk to me about how to move, so this is the third piece, right? How you talk to me about moving from here to there is the third piece about how saying it like it matters. Like, when you talk about how to move from where I'm stuck to where I want to go, now I'm listening to you like you might actually have an idea. You might actually know how to get me there. Which is different than everybody else that I watch on Facebook, for example, who are so busy self-promoting and spamming that I'm like, next, I'm bored. But when you get my attention with my own problems and pains and what's possible for me, and then you start to talk to me about how I could actually make that transition, well, now you've earned my attention. And not just my attention because it was a gimmick, you earned my attention because it was true. And in earning my attention that way, you also earn my trust. This, gang, is how we start to say it like it matters. Now, I'll add one more piece on there. Here's a fourth piece if this makes it interesting for you. To say it like it matters, one, let's just recap. One, you're going to go look at the problems and the pains of your people. Two, you're going to look at what's possible for them and share that. You're then going to talk about how you move them from one side to the other. And then if you really want to throw some gas on the fire, you have to access that part of you that is indignant, that is pissed off, that is like, why are we still doing this? You have to access some form of passion, conviction, because if it's just like this is where you're stuck, this is where you want to go, this is how you get there, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe. If you can speak with enough clarity in your truth without the conviction, then you might get me, just from the sheer truth of it all. But if you really want to pour some gas on the fire, you need to start to access that conviction that you have. Listen, there are times, so many of you are so polite that you are afraid to raise your voice. You're afraid to make a face. You're afraid to call people out. So somewhere in your life before now, you have had these moments where you have yelled, you have been frustrated, you have had some type of an emotional reaction. And this in your marketing is the time to have an emotional reaction. You need to develop the skill of accessing that emotion instead of pushing it down and playing it real safe. Some of you, listen, and I get this, some of you are more even keel than I am. My energy's up and down in a day, okay? But that doesn't mean you're not emotional. That doesn't mean you don't have emotional response. You have your own ways of being pissed off. You have your own special faces you make when you're agitated or convicted. So play with that. Play with how you can start to bring more passion and conviction into the way that you communicate. Take a risk. Put yourself out there. Show some emotion. All humans have emotions.